Welcome to 155, a podcast about punk songs. I'm your host, Sam Sutherland. And also you. Fuck, sorry, man.
What is that song?
I was trying to do the kind of, I mean, I know it's not 100% what the episode's about, but I was trying to do the like triplet kind of SoundCloud rapper thing. And I didn't think about it at all before I started talking, and then very quickly realized that the syllables didn't line up. And then I got really panicked because I always struggle to remember the two things that we've decided to say every episode.
That was more of a musical theater kind of thing. Welcome to 155. My name is Sam Sutherland, and I am the mayor here.
Mayor, who will vote for the mayor? Who is the mayor? He is the mayor. Voting for the civic ordinances. It's the mayor.
Delete this. Yeah. We need to delete
this. This is good stuff, man. I feel like there's a successful podcast that's like the musical pod, and they
the thing is, I hate to say it because I feel like I might will it into existence, but I am very thankful that of all the various spin-offs and inside jokes, we haven't had to deal with a musical yet.
You're just begging for one now.
Wink.
Wouldn't I hate if we had an amazing Welcome to 155, a podcast about punk songs? I didn't. If I had thought about it for 2 fucking seconds.
Well, I think the problem is you were enunciating. If you want to do the gas leak TikTok brain voice, I was thinking about it a lot, and I think what it is like, I said that it's post AAVE. I think it's actually post Malone is what they're doing. It's like you're trying to do an impression of Post Malone's impression of a black guy. And that's what it really is. And then, and then there's like this, just like slack jawed, absolutely no enunciation. So it'd be like, and I'll just say, today we're talking about Powfu, jxdn, Sueco.
Yeah, we should try to do the whole episode in our own versions of that voice and just see how we sound in 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't really know if mine was much better, but it would be cool if there was. What if there was a SoundCloud rapper musical?
Oh, someone has to be working on that.
That would be so bad. Oh my god!
I feel like we what was the death knell of the musicals?
Probably like the first, whenever the first one came out,
the first person to do it.
They're like, oh yeah, this fucking sucks. We've created a monster. I do know, sort of loosely related, is that our boys in the Chainsmokers, are working with actual friends of the show, Emo Night, on a movie. There's an Emo Night movie being produced by the Chainsmokers that I think is going to be great. And all the noisy writers or whatever were like, R.I.P. culture, but I can't wait to see a Chainsmokers Emo Night movie. I think it'll be great.
Who do you want to produce the Emo Night movie? Like
Guy Picciotto.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just want it to be like a really boring.
True, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like the Chains. Now that the Chains are just selling all of their songs to become movies, it's so tight. Like I think the song "Paris" is becoming a movie too. Man,
wait, so they're just adapting individual Chainsmoker songs into films, like not like a jukebox musical.
No, they sold their song "Paris." That's like about a girl who was in Paris. Something parents. The rhyme is Paris and parents. I mean, it should have been a script all along and not a song because it's really quite a stretch. So perfect.
And also, like, no one has ever thought to set a movie in Paris, especially like a woman perhaps discovering herself. It's never happened.
I mean, I guess now that we've erased Woody Allen because he did have Midnight in Paris. Maybe it's going to be Midnight in Paris.
The only movie about France ever made.
They're going to have Chainsmokers in Paris. They're going to replace Owen Wilson with the Chainsmokers.
That's just Parisians, man. They do love to smell.
So today we're going to talk about JX. We're doing a sort of 3-for-1 episode. We've been talking about Travis Barker all month. We've talked about 2 incredibly cool songs. Today we're going to maybe dig a little...
3 incredibly cool songs. This is the first time for the show.
Dig a little deeper with jxdn featuring Machine Gun Kelly, Wannabe. We got Sueco with the song SOS and Powfu with the song Mario Kart. I mean, just 3 all-time classic songs that are going to be remembered for time immemorial from this day forward. Sam?
Yeah, this is like if we did an episode that was like, you can't always get what you want, Come Together and a Bob Dylan song, you know?
No one knows any Bob Dylan songs, honestly.
No, I couldn't think of any there.
Come Together, really? That would be your...
No, you know what it is? I've been listening to a lot of, fusion, on the weekends just to give the house a little bounce.
Really?
And I recently discovered the Rubber Soul Live album, and I listened to their incredibly funky interpretation of Come Together several times yesterday. And so, for whatever reason, Come Together is now at the forefront of my mind as a
we better not
song.
Start ranking Beatles songs because we have 3 harebrained, airheaded TikTok teen pop punk songs to get through today. Sam, I would love to know what you think of jxdn featuring Machine Gun Kelly, Sueco, and Powfu. What do you think of these 3 Travis Barker pieces of work?
Pieces of content. So, against my better judgment and heart's desires, I do think that jxdn, and how truly, I don't know the answer to this. How do we pronounce jxdn?
I think it's just Jaden, but...
Oh, okay, cool. So jxdn's Wannabe is sort of okay, not especially interesting, and kind of middling. And then the Machine Gun Kelly verse is really good, and I decided I liked it. Sueco's SOS is similarly very bad to me on initial listen. When we were kind of debating what we wanted to do this week, and we felt like we kind of wanted to stay in this contemporary Travis Barker lane, and which of these songs should we pick? And this, I think, jumped out at both of us holy shit, this fucking song. And I am actually quite excited to hear the covers of it because I was I think there's some really fun stuff happening.
You hate it, but that Sueco one at first, you hated so much.
Hated it. Fucking hated it. And then listening to it, a couple more times before we started recording, I was this is also good. Maybe it's the best one. I am confident, though, that my initial reaction to Powfu's Mario Kart, which is that it was fucking terrible, is still correct. So in a marry, fuck, kill situation with these 3 songs, I feel I would marry Sueco's SOS, fuck jxdn's Wannabe featuring MGK, and kill Powfu's Mario Kart. What about you?
I'm not going to do that game because it's too difficult for me, because I think what has happened to me having listened to all of these songs twice is that the Jaden one featuring Machine Gun Kelly, I still can't remember it. I don't really like it. The Sueco one, I think I love it, and I think I always did all along. And that's making me feel weird, but there's more we can talk about with that in a second. And Powfu, Mario Kart, I hated it at first. It's kind of growing on me a little bit, though. I think it's kind of cute, and I like hearing Travis kind of in a very slow to mid-tempo zone, just doing a normal 4x4 boring beat to this shitty teen new wave song or whatever. I don't know. I think jxdn featuring MGK is my least favorite of the 3. Of course, presenting them as a 3-song episode, we don't want to... They're each their own individual work of art. So I think, should we just go through each song one by one and talk about them briefly?
I think we should. Yeah, they're 3 legs of a table. You can't take one away because then you just have...
what would that be? An easel?
Wow. No, because I guess an easel is... What is something with 2... Oh, a person. I was what has 2 legs? That's right. I'm talking about humans. Then it would be a person, and then I feel quite terrible taking a shit on it.
I feel these songs are pretty expensive, probably, but we'll play this in the background for a second. This one has this
has already been flagged by YouTube.
This one has the spinning around moshing sound to it. That Simple Plan, when they used to spin, not quite throwing your... Well, maybe the thing where you throw the guitar around your arms. The thing that fucks me up with the video is that why did they make jxdn look so much like Machine Gun Kelly?
It's confusing in the opening shot where jxdn is fake shaving the head of a fellow punk. And I thought it was MGK shaving jxdn's head because I'm not familiar with jxdn's aesthetic until I realized, yeah, they look the same. MGK also looks fucking cool in this
He
video.
looks insane because he's wearing... Georgia thinks it's a wig. I'm not sure if it's a wig or if it's just a crazy... We'll have to get the hair editor to tell us. Maybe it's just been. I mean,
I'm hoping that's just pandemic hair. Like, it just looks like grown out.
If your hair looks like a wig, that's even cooler, though, I think. I mean, that's borrowing from the Blood Brothers Locust White Bel Airs to make your hair look as fake as possible. Totally. And also, like, yeah, this thing where he drops onto the bed is so stupid, but I love it.
Well, the whole aesthetic of this video feels really 90s. So you have, like, jxdn outside of the, like, really, kind of, like, Miami Vice aesthetic motel where...
to me, it feels Odd Future, honestly. It feels like 2009 to me.
Yeah, you're right. That's definitely what that is.
That guy's hair is cool. The guy with the leopard print hair that's actually skulls dyed into his shaved head. That is sick. Yeah, that is.
I'm gonna get that. I did literally message because my hair. I'm getting my hair cut for the first time in a long time.
You should get them all cut.
I'm gonna ask if I can get it done. So on Wednesday, so the day that this episode comes out for Patreon listeners, of course. If otherwise, this is old news. My haircut, but I originally was like, maybe she's being fucking stupid because my hair is so long now and so disgusting. I was like, maybe I'm going to bleach it, and I did message Rachel, the hair editor, to get advice. Be like, what would actually happen if I dyed my hair? And it turns out a lot of bad stuff that I don't want to deal with.
Oh, you're not going to dye your hair because of like science and health reasons?
I'm too old and worried about losing my hair to do anything that could damage the fact that I have a healthy, strong head of hair.
Do you have baldness in your family or no?
My dad went bald when he was like 18.
Okay, so he's probably.
My dad was born.
It's
bald.
more. You get your hair stuff more from your mother's side of the family, right?
That seems like one of these like things that everyone. Did you know it's your maternal grandfather? I can't fucking know.
I mean, if that's true, I'm never going to go bald, but I'm probably going to have a stroke. But that's fine.
Right? Yeah. That. But we got to get you and I should get matching. Are the skulls dyed in or the skulls
they're
shaved
dyed? In? No, it's dyed. And I just shaved my head, so I could easily do this right now. I just would need an artiste to help me. I mean,
you're the only artist you need. But anyway, the camera does this thing where like he's on the dolly and it's like moving, and I feel like I haven't seen that. Like it's not the exact same because he's immobile, but it reminded me. It gave me this just like sensory memory of the Adore Smashing Pumpkins video, which is just like the long dolly while Billy Corgan is like the height of spooky Billy Corgan. And then when you get the like Machine Gun Kelly kind of dropping onto the bed, same thing with the camera sort of like level with him. It feels like I feel like this was in 100 music videos in the 90s, but I haven't seen this in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's his real hair. And his nails are dyed kind of cool. Like he's got black nails with like white crosses.
Every time we see MGK, he gets cooler. Unfortunately, I mean that's just the unfortunate truth of this kind of era that we're living in. It can't be stopped.
And the whole thing sets off the pink guitar and all the and the pink mic stand and stuff that seemed. I feel like he's grown into the aesthetic that felt a little hack in all the MGK album videos. That personally, I was not a fan of it. As I recall, you were also not a fan.
Yeah, it's true. They feel a little bit more kind of at home in this one. I think everybody, it's all making sense. But I think
it's unimaginative chorus, though.
Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of like a generic. Like this song makes me think of like when you tell me how good lit album tracks are or something, and I'm like, I don't know. Is it like?
Yeah, that's fair.
It just seems like this to me sounds the most kind of corporate of all of the songs. But we should learn a little bit.
Please tell me why. Like it is.
Yeah, there you go.
It's sort of like what if lit was like a laconic 20-year-old. And in 2021.
So Jaden Isaiah Hostler has the same birthday as my wife Sarah, except a few years later, born in 2001. Known professionally as jxdn, stylized in all lowercase. I'll remember that for the episode. And pronounced Jaden. I mean, maybe just like give yourself a better stage name than Jaden. He sounds like I hear that name and I'm like, am I babysitting this fucking kid, this little brat?
It's a little much. It's just a little much.
You need to stop playing Halo and go do your homework, Jaden. Okay?
Yeah. This seems like it definitely feels like something from some kid who's in grade 7. He's like, this is my name now. And you're like, okay, but like long division first.
Yeah, exactly. He's like figured out some way to like write it out on his duotang. It looks like that S, but it's. Anyways, Jaden is, I think, mostly a TikToker. He was raised in a Christian household. While in high school, he performed in multiple school plays, hence Sam's musical off the top of the episode. During his senior year of high school, Hostler listened to artists such as Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion as he battled depression. So he's been through some shit. I mean, there's some darkness in his past, but it does feel like the industry to me has moved from really trying to push Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion as the two kind of big tent poles of music into, I guess, Machine Gun Kelly looks like a child's version of Lil Peep, but then the music is just obviously like 1998 major label pop punk. Like they just take Not By Choice and then put auto-tune on it. And it's very interesting. I mean, unfortunately, I feel like there's no possible way that this micro major label movement is going to last more than like 3 months, but it's kind of fun right now.
That's the thing is, like, you're right. This sounds just like a Simple Plan song. Not By Choice, unfortunately, is maybe even more apt. And is there... I mean, you pointed out those... We're basically talking about a bunch of white artists who were influenced by a lot of black artists who died young. There's something very disconcerting there that perhaps you and I are not prepared or well-suited to dive into here. But it's sort of like, what if that whole vibe was just sort of put on something that, like, the parents of the children who are listening to this music understand and are more comfortable with?
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously there's someone masterminding all this stuff. I would love to, like... I don't know I feel like someone, if they have like the paywalled billboard, there must be some article with some absolute piece of shit 55-year-old man who's masterminding this whole pop punk movement right now. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's John Feldman, but probably not. It seems like John Feldman's name never comes up anymore.
Yeah, I feel like Feldman has been forgotten. Like, he's there doing all the Five Sauce stuff, which seems like the kind of most obvious direct predecessor to this moment, and yet he has been cut out of the circle. Yeah, like he's not engineering these tracks. Like, didn't he post a photo of him? And did he work on the new Avril record or something?
I mean, that hasn't been announced yet. It might be, but he's worked with Mod Sun this year and Escape the Fate, which is just kind of like, there's no way. Like he definitely seems to be going into B or C list stuff while this big moment is happening. Although actually, he did work on Jaden Jackson's So What LP, which came out in 2020. So maybe that's... Hang on. That
but
wasn't
an LP. But I kind of wonder if it's one of those things where, like, there is a... Even though this is, like, thoroughly kind of middle of the road as, like, pop-punk songs go, it is, I would say, better than most Blink songs that John Feldman worked on.
It's true. Hold up. We got to... I'm looking at the Jackson... track listing of the album that this song is on, and this credits Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus.
Oh, but that's got to be because it like samples a Blink song.
Yeah, it must be, right?
It'll be like how on the I mean, this sounds like a Blink song from this era.
It's just kind of interesting to hear what is this kid's deal.
Here's the thing about all these songs, that, like, in terms of how they come together melodically. Yeah, that's it.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
You know what it is? Like, the Peep stuff was, a lot of it was like this, but there was like more stuff happening with Peep where it just felt like the melody was like the thing that he thought of, like, while it was happening, and then there was never any second thought put into it, right? It was just like, like at worst, as an old man, like that's what a lot of like that era of like SoundCloud stuff was like. And so then the worst songs of this moment feel like transferring the same like super laconic delivery and kind of like lazy melodic thought process into a format that is like sonically so much more cliche that it's really obvious. So that like, I want to be all right is sort of like fine, but ultimately forgettable. That's why, like I said, to me, it's like when the MGK verse comes in, it's like actually melodically interesting. And why we've, again, responded to things like Willow and Kenny Hoopla more, because they've taken, recognizable facets of something and then built something more interesting melodically on top of it. And so at the worst, I feel like these take the laziest aspects of like emo rap SoundCloud shit melodically and put it on top of something that instrumentally isn't even new and interesting. Whereas like at least like the worst Peep song still sounded like something you hadn't heard before, and that made it worthwhile.
I guess, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, like, there's something kind of nice about not even trying to make something new. Just like, it's just kind of interesting and zen to just make something that's not really that interesting and not new and definitely doesn't need to exist, and yet it does. And it's just kind of like still enjoyable for those brief few seconds that it's on.
Totally, yeah. I mean, again, if this was like a second half of the new Blink album track, I feel like we would be stoked on it.
So one thing you wanted to talk about is that Jayden also did a like pop punk cover of Driver's License.
When we were debating what to do, I was like, "Yo, should we? What if for this episode we did the Jayden Travis Barker Driver's License cover?"
Driver's License is like really sad and slow and quiet, right? But then the Olivia Rodrigo album has like punk moments in air quotes. Is that the thing?
I've still not listened to it.
Me neither. I feel like I shouldn't. I don't want to know.
It's not. We'll go to jail.
I don't want to have a take about it.
It's just one of those things where like, no, I don't want your Olivia Rodrigo take, and I can't imagine anyone else does.
No. I don't think anyone should want any of my takes. I like that this Driver's License official single art is clearly like drawn in MS Paint or whatever, or like Photoshop, but just using the pencil tool.
Do you think this is Jayden's actual range?
Could be. I mean,
that's not even like falsetto. That's just like, I feel like that's like we've heard a good 3 octaves out of him there.
Well, maybe he's really good at singing. I mean, the thing about that is, theoretically, someone has to be good at singing out there. It's easy to think that people aren't singing, but someone must be good at singing on this earth of ours. So
crazy world. Yeah, maybe it's Jayden. I don't know.
So, but I'm just trying to think, like, because again, Jayden's thing is he's a TikTok personality. He likes Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion. At what point did he become like a pop punker guy? Other than I know he became friends with Travis in 2020. He's called him his big brother in interviews a bunch of times, which is like kind of a funny thing to say too when someone is literally 25 years older than you. To just be like, he's my big brother. Like, I think he could almost be your grandfather, maybe. Just about.
True. If you were really, trying.
Having read about Travis's conquests in his book, I think he could have easily grandfathered a 20-year-old child by now. So
seems plausible, yeah.
So it's still funny to be like, yeah, that's my big bro. But they're buddies. They're chilling together. They're hanging out with MGK. They're cutting off the sleeves on their shirts probably and doing different things with chains and earrings and just trying out different punk looks. They're killing it. I mean, Jayden and MGK are kind of the Sid and Johnny of their era, I think, maybe.
Absolutely. Lil Aaron co-wrote this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Blink-182 co-writer extraordinaire, Lil Aaron.
So, okay, Lil Aaron is pretty funny, I think. Are there any jokes in this song? Seems more...
No, this mostly just seems like it's about, needing pills.
It's about wanting different stuff. I want to be all right. I want to be okay. I'm sick of the nightmare. I'm sick of the bad days. Don't want to be you.
Yeah, it just feels like it is teetering on the edge of all these other...
the credits of this song...
Love.
We just did a listen through of the Willow Smith album, which is like basically they try to sell it as pop punk, but it's pretty much a new gaze essentially. You can listen to that on Patreon if you haven't heard it yet. But like a lot of her tracks are just credited to her and like one other person. This is a track like the amount of stuff on here. I guess they're including the music video people on the credits.
Yeah, but Genius has really given us like the key grip, the gaffer who operated the Steadicam, the production manager.
It's wild.
never seen this last name before. The video executive producer was the last name is Sutherland.
Ooh.
That's a new one.
And that person's first name is McCrae. McCrae Sutherland. Yeah. That's such a cool name. Man, all these people have cool names. I feel like I should have gotten more famous with my cool name. But nonetheless.
Yeah, we all do what we can.
What I'm saying is, he's covered this Olivia Rodrigo acoustic song before. I think this came out before we realized that Olivia Rodrigo was also punk. He name dropped sort of the rappers of yesteryear. We didn't know that he had punk cred, but here's the proof in the pudding here. He went on Ellen DeGeneres, notorious kind of anti-host. She's a real piece of shit to everyone. She's always sneering at everyone like a real punker. But he went on the Ellen show to perform not only Blink-182's Dark Side, but also a Descendants song.
What's up, guys? My name's Jaden. This is Ellen's Undercover Covers. I'm not under the covers, and I'm not using this mic. It's not plugged in. But we're going to sing a song for you guys, Dark Side by Blink-182.
Sorry, big fan of the Supreme
Travis,
Over the Bed.
Yeah, it's not even centered also.
We just created an album together.
I think he said Travis is his father, actually.
By Blink-182. The drummer, Travis, my dad, my father, my everything. We just created an album together.
My dad, my father, my everything.
It comes out on July 2nd, so we're going to listen to this, and we're going to go pre-sing.
Oh, the guitarist has a Fat Wreck hoodie on.
I know, yeah.
2, 3, 4. She's a girl dressed in black from another world. Lives and breathes like a girl from another world. She don't know my name, and she don't have the time of day. Celebrate many.
You think this is actually his bedroom?
This just sounds like. Wait, what? Did you say this is a cover?
This is Blink-182 Dark Side.
Sorry, I was just like.
Do you think this is Jackson's actual bedroom?
I don't know.
It seems like it.
Astro World, Supreme, Lava Lamp. But that was the first time that I've realized that it kind of sounds like Teenage Dirtbag.
Oh, yeah.
She don't give a damn about me.
Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear him do this Descendants.
I forgot.
Yeah, remember the music video with the little kids doing Fortnite dances?
Tried to forget.
It's kind of fucked how it feels like this album just came out a month ago, and there's already some kid named Jackson saying that it's the most influential thing of his life.
I'll bring it on Ellen.
I think this is his room. I think everyone in real life has a really shitty looking blanket, whereas in movies and TV they always have hotel sheets, but no one really has that.
Yeah. What's your blankets like?
It's called I'm the One.
I mean, they're pretty nice, but they're not
You should go listen. So.
Sam, I already said he was going to do this.
I wasn't paying attention.
He's playing the Descendants on Ellen undercover, not under the covers.
What do you think the Descendants thought about this?
I don't know. I think he does sound better than them.
This is definitely better. This is an improvement, yeah.
I think as you get older, you're supposed to like the Descendants more, and until you're eventually a 60-year-old man with all Milo everything. But as I get older, I like them less and less.
Well, I don't know about you, but I find the older I get, just the more I like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do like Jackson's. It's fun to say Jackson because it kind of is New Zealand sounding. Jackson.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi.
I like his version of the Descendants on Ellen. That was cool.
Yeah, the Ellen redemption story, Garrett Juxton.
I don't know. I'm interested to see where this kid goes as he gets more and more famous, and what happens. He's probably going to ditch pop punk pretty quickly once this cultural movement is over. This song itself, I find.
You're right.
I can't. I can't. I already can't remember this song though.
Wanna be you. Yeah, no, it's I wanna be alright. I wanna be okay. But then it just tell me why. That's good. I can't remember how the MGK verse goes, and that's the thing they said was alright.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know, jxdn, don't send your TikTok tweens after us unless they pay money to the Patreon, in which case...
Yeah, that's true. We should have talked shit behind the paywall.
Yeah, that was fine. But, okay, here's the one you hated the most. I think this... What's really fucking me up...
I want to. This was last week when you and I were sort of trawling for things to troll.
Is that why people always misuse trolling because they think of trawling? That makes sense because people always say, "Oh, I was trolling my whatever," like looking, trolling as looking.
Yeah, I think it's because people
instead of trolling as what I do, which is the epic meme face.
Yeah, exactly. People are stealing troll valor from you.
Okay, first up, before I play this, I just want to, we are a punk pod, and I really like that Sueco's name kind of reminds me of Mueco, Chris Goldsmith's band.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
We got to play a little bit of this because, I
was wondering if it was an homage.
I think it might be. This is Mueco's Mindless Instinct.
Ooh. I think it's got to be a tip of the hat.
Oh, I forgot there's a new 7-inch here. We got to play some of that. So this is the Ideation 7-inch. Released on Fuzzed Atrocities.
That's so sick.
We should just always play cool D-beat in the background when we talk about TikTok punks.
Yeah, or like musicals.
Whoa, what if there was a musical about D-beat?
I mean, Tragedy already had that Phantom of the Opera song.
That's true. Oh, well, that's Mueco. This is Sueco. And what I like about this is that it has I like that it opens with... It kind of has like the LCD piano that was also on that Porter Robinson song that I was obsessed with.
Yeah, which is really fucking good.
I don't know. I like this pop punk piano.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like what if, All My Friends was a
emo rap song. Well, this
also
one,
the video aesthetics are great.
This song kind of reminds me of if jxdn is the Simple Plan of this realm. I feel like Sueco might be the All-American Rejects.
Oh yeah, this definitely has a move along.
I cannot emphasize. Like, I really like this song, for real, a lot. I cannot emphasize how punchable he is in this. It's like...
You look like someone who'd be on the cover of All Press, and you'd be like, oh, God, who is this dickhead?
Yeah, you'd be questioning the meaning of alt and press.
Yeah. But this was... listening to it before we started the pod was like... Sometimes the songs were like... things about it, like the way it looks and makes me feel as a result... make me immediately think that I hate it, and then I was like, oh, I bet the covers of this are going to be good.
Yeah, it's just
because it's kind of a cool without you.
So the thing about Sueco, actually, while we talk about Sueco, I'm just going to quietly put Mueco on again in the background because I think that's going to help it go down smoother. The thing about Sueco, not Mueco, is that he is also a failed rapper who has switched. So he used to have a different name. He had a very, very cruel Pitchfork review to his name that I just sent you. So he used to go by Sueco the Child. And he had an album called Miscreant in 2019 that got 3.5 on Pitchfork. And, I mean, that makes me want to like it because Pitchfork doesn't really give bad reviews anymore unless they, like, have quadruple checked that they're not going to be getting any ad money, I think.
Or it's like to make a point like that, or to be shared. Otherwise, it's all 6s and 7s.
Yeah, but so
he's an Instagram stuntman.
Yeah, I guess like at this point in 2019, he was 22, so he's kind of an elder statesman of the scene, which is maybe why he's
Booth.
He did something with Old Town Road, or he used the opportunity of Old Town Road and He asked Lucas Daly, a 16-year-old skateboard personality and TikTok star, to share a video featuring his song Fast, and it became a sensation, inspiring 3 million TikToks. He inked a record deal with Atlanta and dropped a remix featuring Offset and A Boogie with the Hoodie, who I've heard A Boogie with the Hoodie before, some pretty sick songs, but I also know he he jumped Lil B once, and I will never forgive him for that. So that's just my little side track. But yeah, I don't know. He seems like a guy who's like does pranks, and he's like does epic moments. I feel like maybe the song SOS is the only one that I would love, because I'm just kind of, I don't know if I trust him.
Should we listen to another one?
Okay. Well, I wonder.
We should listen to Sueco the Child. We should listen to the worst Sueco the Child song.
Well, this is the hit from before he switched, when he was still a rapper. This is called Fast. Oh, and it opens with a dictionary definition of clout. But it says a word that bitches on the internet. What does it say? Clout. 1, influence or power, especially among the youth. Number 2, a word that bitches on the internet say because they think they are cool. Remember when clout was like a thing that only media people talked about, like 10 years ago? And they spelled it differently? Yeah,
the platform, and I once got like free ciders.
On the dash, 55 bills, but 50 for the taste.
So this is what he used to be like.
I don't really like to brag, but
I don't know, it's still kind of fun, but very annoying. He kind of seems like Clark Duke or something.
At least like he kind of like looks like he's joking a little bit. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's like trying to be cool. You know what's funny though is like we just saw him in no clothes and he has 0 tattoos, and fast forward 2 years and I feel like he had like neck tats and was fully done.
I think he has another song with Travis. So this is his viral rap hit before he discovered pop punk. I don't know if Travis is on this or not, but this is his other new heat.
Yeah, like now he has hand tattoos. They look like they were done yet.
Yeah, they're so fresh. So maybe they are. Maybe
the son has never seen these tattoos.
Maybe it is always piano songs. I kind of like the piano aspect.
Yo, I straight up think Sueco is cool. He looks like SoundCloud Warren Zevon. Like you don't get it with the dyed black hair. In the new videos, looks like he's trying to be cool, but he like legitimately looks a lot like Warren Zevon.
Yeah, I kind of like him too. Man, I can't stand girls that only eat Nobu and shop at Whole Foods. So his whole thing is he plays piano. So it's not
like
all
this is sort of generic. I'm not like into the music. I'm not into the music, but I'm into the piano and I'm into how he looks like at any moment he could start singing Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
He kind of seems like he would be like an MTV like VJ's sidekick. Like he has like Paul the Intern energy. He has like big sidekick energy. I don't know if he's
because he's not like traditionally handsome enough to be like the main guy, and he's not like freaky looking enough to then just be like the freaky guy. Like it's real
he's kind
sidekick.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, then again, keep in mind that this is like Mod Sun's world, so you can get away with any level of being irritating, and it seems to be fine because Mod Sun has set the stage. Here's SOS live from something called Prom in Hell, which seems like a really annoying kind of thing, like a bad, annoying version of us. Look at these guys.
Everybody, go discover his music.
I don't know what this like.
Oh, I know that guy.
You know him? Is he
the guy behind the desk? I know.
Wait, is that
his name? Is Jared? His name is Jared Goodstat. He produced this whole thing. I know this too. It's fine. It's not like we can talk about it.
Was I too mean to say that it seems really annoying? Because look how annoying it looks.
No, this is not great.
To me, this is
I'll just have to measure what I say. That's all.
All I'm trying to say is I look at something like this sort of wannabe Eric Andre messy situation, and I think if I make one wrong move in my life, I'm going to end up on this set. That's what I'm just. Yeah. It's more of a cautionary tale for me personally. I know that Sam looks forward to his next meeting with you, Mr. Goodstat, and
SOS is like.
Honestly, more songs should have that piano. The drummer's wearing a Hard Times t-shirt.
I want like a mixtape that's just different artist variations on the LCD piano.
Get me the fuck out of here. I do my best.
I mean, it's just him and the live drummer, right?
I guess so, hey? No, there's a guitarist with a laptop. It kind of has like Bon Jovi energy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song's sick.
He also has, and I feel like we've used this a few times lately, but his kind of like, if not consistently, but there's like one or two times where he's been sort of doing a very like uncool strut, and it looks a little piss jeansy.
Yeah, he does have some kind of like.
yeah. Sueco definitely rocks.
Does he have a? I don't even think he even has a Wikipedia.
Also, like, obviously there's like a double vocal here, but you can hear that this is also him singing on these high notes.
Yeah,
like
he's talented.
That's so funny. Hold on, I want to rewind it because as I was saying that, he clearly literally missed this chorus. They just cut it out, which is actually kind of cool. It means he's hitting it the rest of the time.
Or did it just not line up?
No, because he fully didn't do the scream either.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Completely, none of that is live. He's just like out of breath.
Oh my god! I think he might have maybe been a nerdcore rapper before.
Yeah, totally. Yo, this guy's fucking awesome.
Because look at this. Look at this single art for his old song "Dork."
Oh yeah.
I feel like he's been. No wonder he kind of is dressed a mess. He's been every kind of guy you can be. I think
every type of internet guy. This one's
but this
tough
part's so good
it's
too.
Harder to come back. You have all of these tattoos now.
It's true. There's no turning back. I love this part. Kind of the Rostam part of the song.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna say I miss you, but it don't feel the same. Without you, I can't feel my face around you.
What did his nut tat say?
I think it said Fast. Oh, Fast was the name of his viral rap song.
Oh yeah. Yo, Sueco rocks.
It's weird to just get like tattoos. It's what did you say about the Eric Andre show?
The Eric Andre set thing is so depressing. I hate,
Well, it's your buddies though.
I just hate to see it,
It's just yeah. I mean, look, we're all thinking of what kind of things we could do with a green screen or what kind of, I'll just have my own TV show. I mean, we all think it, but you shouldn't, I don't know. You got to be careful. I'm just scared. I'm scared about what the future holds for me, Facing my own mortality here.
Yeah, and literally like facing your own green screen.
Like literally, like you just watch. Even when I look up any of these songs on YouTube, it's just all like white guys in their 30s reacting to these songs, and you're just like, "Fuck, what am I doing with my life?"
A guy in his mid-30s reacting to songs, bro.
But I am curious, like, if you were to get sort of tattoos the night before you launch a new single, why would you get like weird, generic Sailor Jerry looking ones? Like, why not go for like the hippest style tattoos of the moment?
Interesting. I guess because you're like, well, it's going to be. I want something that is the classic style,
from like South by Southwest 2009 kind of look. Yeah.
Saddest thing. Here's the thing. I do think that all those tattoos look awesome, and I think it is a shame that now they are just associated with a certain type of person in a certain type of era.
Have you noticed how it's mostly? It seems to be mostly girls getting these new tattoos that are just like a small sentence. There's like a long sentence that's just really small and sentencey. It's kind of cool. What do those sentences say?
Ladies be getting sentences.
I want to know what the sentence, or sometimes it's like a Roman numeral, and I'm like, damn, imagine if I knew how to read those, I would know what that means. Maybe it says like
be able to decipher
2021 in Roman numerals. But yeah, I'd love to know what if you have a sentence tattooed on you and it's really tiny and sort of literary looking. What do you got there? What's your sentence all about?
Tell us your sentence, ladies.
So this is a real quick thing. I'm excited to hear the covers later, but this is a cover by a 40-year-old man in a Under Armour wetsuit. It looks like, His name is Crunk.
Lipstick stain. She said
he says, I don't have any of the fancy gear you other YouTube cover people have, but here's my raw take on Sueco's SOS with an added rap break.
Get me the fuck out of here. I do my best and I get nothing. I'm selfish.
I'm not the voice that I expected to come out of this bald.
Using your words as a weapon.
Yeah.
Under Armour man.
He kind of looks like the guy from Omegas a little bit, but in a wetsuit. And then he's like, belting out this. But I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, but still, so they're still singing. But I'm excited for you to hear.
911. I don't want to say I miss you.
He's doing big, like invisible orange hands too, which is awesome.
Around you.
I'm so excited for you to hear this part.
Nothing now would change about you. We don't feel the same without you. I can feel my face around you. In the end. And why do I gotta be the kind of a guy that sees something and I want something, so I make that call like it ain't no thing, and I don't even gotta make it look that hard, like I make you look, make you fall, pull you in, then I'll push you off. Hate that I gotta be the type that gets what he want, and then when he get it, when I gone. I don't wanna say I miss you.
Wow, that was good. It sounded like snow.
It did, and it definitely sounded.
Everybody wants to be like you.
It just sounded like all freestyle filler ones. Everybody want what they get until it's gone. You know, it's like
you wish you had those skills, man. You're jealous.
I am jealous of this wetsuited man rapping. Okay, here's one more thing from Sueco YouTube. This is, you'll see.
Sueco too. Sueco massive in the mix. Oh.
Do you think that, I think that like TikTok and pop punk and rock and kind of the cartoonishness of music right now, we're primed for like a new generation of Dragon Force type artists.
Yeah, but that dude also like looked pretty like. But that was the first of all, like the video was like kind of shitty and laggy, and he has like a barbed wire wrist tattoo. Like this dude does not look like he just discovered how to shred. Like this guy just looks like a proper ass life.
Well, okay, his name is Scott. His name is Scotty P. the Shredder.
Yes.
And he's fucking sick as hell. This is just uploaded a few hours ago. It's called The New Wave of American Trap Metal. I think this might be an original. Maybe it's a promotional video for Scotty P. the Shredder. Yes. I love how low res this is also.
Yeah, why does this look like shit?
It's cool.
I was drugging, I was hustling, I was running up the block. In the England run, north, you know the spot. The green box, then the boys got the fight and some head ass. Dropped the clock, it said pop.
Scotty P. the Shredder.
This is fucking sick. 17K Entertainment.
We need to know more about Scotty P. the Shredder. That only has 4 views as of right now, so.
I've subscribed to his channel, which has 48 subscribers. This is him performing on Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo.
I guess it's my first time hearing this song.
I think this is the one that just sounds like Paramore.
Oh, actually, yeah, they're playing this at the Bon Me spot the other day. Oh, Scotty P. the Shredder is fucking tight as hell.
This is a little sloppier.
But that's the thing. The other video was like a little bit sloppy too, and I kind of liked it. Like,
I just love this font. Like it feels, because it kind of feels like deliberate. It doesn't feel deliberately. Like I think my impression is Scotty P. the Shredder thinks that this font looks good, as opposed to thinking that this font looks so bad that it's good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of.
Like, there's maybe I wonder if he's like huge on TikTok and it's just like one of those things where
he's not big on YouTube, but he's
not big because like there's all those people that have like millions of followers on Scotty P. the Shredder.
Yeah, P, just the letter P and then D-A, Shredder. Scotty P. the Shredder.
Damn.
Here's one more while we're still on Scotty P. Let's just take a look at this other video called "New Wave of Trap Metal 2021."
This is him in 30 Flocka.
See, I don't actually really like his riffs very much. I just like when he does like slops solos. But anyways, shout out to Scotty P. DeShredda. Love you, Sueco. Love you, Waco. Now let's conclude our trio with none other than, we've talked about him before, Mission BC's very own Christian TikTok artist, Powfu. Not much Powfu with you. This song is cute.
It is.
Like the tones are nice, the leads are nice. But his voice is definitely the most annoying.
It just kind of just makes me wish that I was listening to Post Malone though. Like if this just were to turn into Congratulations, I'd be so stoked. Like,
yeah, it is kind of like that.
When you listen to those, like, or if this turned into Go Flex or something, again, like Post Malone has really good pop songs. Like that Sueco song is like a really good pop song. Like this song just like never takes off for me. Like the aesthetic is cool. Like it's this.
So it's shot. So this
retro thing, like
the '50s diner that they shot the video in. I'm pretty sure is Rocky's Diner in Mission, BC, which is where Powfu is from.
And is that the Riverdale Diner?
And it's the Riverdale Diner, yeah. Powfu is the son of the guy from Faber Drive, who were like a Christian sort of post-Nickelback pop rock band. And before that, I'm pretty sure Powfu's dad was in Seed, who were like a Vancouver pop punk band that used to play with Complete and like Gob, kind of that era. Like Spawner Records era of Vancouver. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. We once talked a whole bunch about the Powfu song featuring Mark Hoppus that was shot at Seven Oaks Mall in Abbotsford. That's on the Patreon. But yeah, I mean, for me, the Fraser Valley aspect is so funny and it adds so much. And then the fact that he's in the Mission diner. But also it's like the song's about Mario Kart. And so why is it a 50s diner? Like, to me, that's like, I guess I obviously went to 50s diners when I was a kid too, but why? Like, why do we like 50s diners, really? I don't really like greaser culture, you know?
Yeah, well, it's weird because like otherwise it's, you know, kind of the very like, you know, the lighting and the video game aesthetics and stuff, but it's definitely like a mishmash of retro ideas, which I think that's the thing is like it just doesn't feel. I like love the idea of just like a slow song about playing Mario Kart. Like I think that's a great concept, but this just sort of feels like borrowed, inauthentic nostalgia to me. And yeah, you're right, because this freeze frame we're looking at right now, it's like he just looks zanned out and he's got ski goggles on, but then there's just like 45s on the ceiling.
Yeah, it's kind of, but also that's so like Abbotsford to me. Also, like, to be like let's go to the. Oh man, let's pretend that let's like go get a milkshake and a burger, but you go to a Triple O's that's inside of a Chevron, and then you're like, that's like it just feels like people really love to fetishize 50s diners, and I will say, I really want to get Mario Kart again, but I keep the last time I had it, the newest Mario Kart. I sold it on Kijiji because I was like selling everything, and I was like, I've beaten every level so much. I'm essentially perfect at this game. There's no reason to keep it. But now I'm jonesing to play it again, and it refuses to go on sale. But I mean, for me, Mario Kart, especially Mario Kart 64, is like a huge part of my life. And I used to play battle mode with my brothers on Mario Kart 64. Of course, we would blame the controller if we would lose. And I have fond memories of like all my friend Dave in Calgary's all night every version of Mario Kart, like a 20-person tournament, and like trying to win, because he would always like buy like actual sick prizes. But I mean, Mario Kart is something that is a huge part of like, I guess maybe also younger generations, but definitely our generation. Like, what's your relationship with Mario Kart?
It's the same. Like I remember having an N64 in the first place that I lived in after I left home, and like all you do is like play Mario Kart all fucking night. In fact, I actually think that the first time, like not the first time I hung out with Ashley outside of work, but like the first time Ashley came over to my house. This was like when we were just friends. Like it was her and a couple other people came over, and we hung out. We played Mario Kart. Like it was just like that is how you like hung out with your friends, and you could do it till any fucking hour. And like I guess at some point I probably started drinking and all that, but I also associate it with like that staying up, having a crazy time, like just chugging Pepsi.
Right, and that's I guess where
anything like not to be corny, but it's like when you didn't need other things to have fun.
Well, to me, that's where maybe the 50s diner part plays in, because it's like you would play Mario Kart and then go to Denny's and like just have like 3,000 calories at 1 a.m. and just kind of instead of being up all night because you're like drunk, you're up all night because you're trying not to shit yourself in front of your crush or whatever. Instead, because you just had like pancakes.
Yeah, I do think it continues because again, it's like successive systems. Like I think kids play Wii. I think like Mario Kart is still a big game. But I was even talking to someone who is currently in prison, and the only video game systems that they're allowed to have are ones that are pre-Wi-Fi connectivity. So like people have N64s, and like so he'll bring his N64 like over to someone else's room, and they will play Mario Kart together. Like, and that's a way that like people hang out and bond in prison is playing Mario Kart together.
That sounds so sick.
Yeah,
Man, I want to go to prison.
It's a transcendent piece of culture.
That's why
because I didn't know that much. For me, it is Mario Kart 64. I don't know about you.
Yeah, Mario Kart 64 is like the big one that I know back to front, and I know all the jumps and the cheats and stuff. But the newest one, I've like I said, I've owned it so many different times, and I wish I owned it right now. But I do always kind of like buy it and get obsessed with it, and then get rid of it again. But I mean, they're just kind of perfect games, and the fact, like I don't know, do you fuck with the drift in it?
I try. I'm really bad at video games. I mostly also think it's the controller's fault, but like I don't know. I think I try to drift, but like I don't know. I suck, man.
But here's the thing: I love that. That's why I love, and let's be reminded of this kind of like, just kind of like a nice little.
But I wish it conjured that feeling. The thing is, it's like I love the notions. I think they're playing in interesting territory, but it doesn't conjure. It comes so close to conjuring a very specific and loaded, like. Emotional reaction.
Right. Yeah.
Listening that it doesn't do it.
What I was just going to say is I do think the chorus is genuinely very good. I'm still playing Mario Kart, but I'll admit it's not entertaining. I still fall asleep on my back, but now I got nobody to wake me. I'm still playing Mario Kart. I bet it's been a while since you played it. Pretend I needed something to buy so I can bump into you at your day shift. Okay, I didn't notice that part, but I like the idea of like he's just playing Mario Kart, but he doesn't even care anymore. Like I think it was the Moo Cow level on Mario 64. I forget what it's called, Moo Moo's Farm or some shit like that. Yeah. I remember like playing my own Ghost with it and just like trying to beat myself by just constantly getting more and more quicker, tighter turns every time, and just like for weeks on end, just that level as Toad, beating my own Ghost character over and over again. It was just kind of like something to occupy myself while I listened to music. So I love that feeling of just like playing Mario Kart and it's not even fun anymore, but you're just doing it. But then he kind of ruins the vibe by in the bridge saying, at your day shift, I'm just a cheeky boy. I'm just a cheeky boy. I'm just a cheeky boy. That's so bad. Weird. Don't say that to me, please. It's like showing Travis in whatever his fake Raymond Pettibone shirt, or I don't know if that's a real design, while this little boy is going, I'm just a cheeky boy. It's so fucked up.
So would you play as Toad, though? Toad's your guy?
Yeah. Who do you usually go for?
Wario, man.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's his fiance in the video. He has a fiance now. I was watching this video, Day in the Life of Powfu. I can't remember. Did we ever figure out why he's called Powfu?
We spent a long time talking about it, and I don't really know where we landed.
He has his own place now.
I now live by myself, and I have nobody to film this video for me, so going solo vlog style. So me and my fiance recently purchased a basement.
She don't live with me yet, though. He's very Christian. He watches worship music on YouTube in this video. He's a very pure boy.
Couch, got the curved TV, PS5. Let's go. Yeah, so I don't have anything planned for this video.
Is there something written on his face?
I guess we'll wing it.
Maybe.
Doesn't it seem like it?
Yeah. Looks like he has MC written on his face.
Wake up every morning.
It'd be funny if he was like, when the camera and mic wasn't on, if he was like a really hyperactive, outgoing kid. But then when the video's on, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm Powfu.
Hey, how's it
A glass of
going?
water. I try to pray
Let's
in the
go.
morning. I don't shower in the morning. I'm not a morning shower type of guy, but
Do you not shower in the morning? I don't understand not showering in the morning.
I like to shower at night. Absolutely.
glass of water.
I mean, I get it because I guess then
I
you
got
don't
that.
make the
I got
bed.
that sleep. I got that sleep soap from Lush.
What is sleep soap?
It's like lavender body wash. Just sends me straight to sleep.
Another thing I do in the morning, omega-3. My parents would make me have like so that they think I.
He's like the most boring celeb ever, but I kind of like it.
I respect it.
I move like I'm fluent with the passion. Wow.
Imagine here's a good like.
I just like one day your child started talking like that.
Imagine like a good if you're trying to start your front facing sketch comedy career, you could do like Powfu vocal warm ups. What are the things they say like on Anchorman or whatever? Can't think of it. But you know, like vocal warm ups, but like New York.
Yeah, we need unique New York, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just like
New York.
She sounds by the seashore.
I usually cook. My go-to breakfast meal.
This is the most boring man I've ever encountered in my life.
I know, it's kind of refreshing. He's still in Canada, clearly, because that has French on the label. Do you think he bought a basement suite like in Mission with his fiance?
Yeah, what did he say? He bought a basement?
He bought
also it doesn't look like it's a basement. It's like you could clearly see the backyard.
Yeah, let's see. It's garden level. I think it's garden level, safe to say. It's a pretty standard BC garden level suite. It's still a basement. You know, a lot of people do like to say it's not a basement suite, it's garden level. But at least Powfu has the honesty to admit that he lives in a basement suite that he bought. But, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, at this point, Powfu has numerous videos with at least 2 million plays, and all you can really do is buy a garden-level basement suite somewhere in the Fraser Valley with someone else, too. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten.
This is how we're going to – I mean, this is, I guess, a exclusive throwback, but that's how we're going to end up topping the charts in Ireland. It's definitely achievable.
Aw, poor Powfu. I you know what? I like Powfu now. I'm cheering for him.
Listen, I don't dislike. I wish Powfu the best, but I can't. I've already betrayed myself by falling in love with Sueco. I refuse to decide that the Powfu song is good, but I hope that he has many successful years ahead of him.
All right. Well, before we get into covers, I thought it'd be great to get the perspective of somebody who's kind of like seems to be on the cutting edge of what's bubbling up from the TikTok world, what's happening in pop culture, and just like what's happening in the world of trying to be a better person. And so I'm very excited to have on the show. He is, I think, the CEO, the founder of I'm No Superman Productions. It's Eric Rahill. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Josiah. Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are you up to today?
Dude, today's Tuesday, so today's like my Friday. I've just been chilling, and I woke up really early, and I've been doing no technology days on my day off, and today's one of them. So, I mean, except for this Zoom interview, I've been just chilling and thinking today.
Wow. I mean, can you share anything that you've been thinking about, ruminating on, or?
I'm thinking about my next move, sort of, and kind of like how I want my next like phase of working out to go and like how that's going to be. But mostly just like trying to keep a blank mind, because when I'm working, like I'm fully on and like shit is just always going through my head. You know what I mean? So
Fair.
Yeah, it's just been like a pretty chill day, but I'm excited to talk. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, I guess to get started, I'm kind of curious, what is your own journey as a fan of music? Kind of what do you listen to now? What did you listen to before? Kind of where are you at in terms of listening to music?
So I grew up in like a really kind of a rare Christian sect that a lot of people haven't heard of, but basically the way that it went back then was you can only listen to a few certain artists, Christian artists, and the music that are community made. So I grew up basically not listening to all these amazing artists that I've, in the past few years been discovering. But growing up, it was only that type of music. And so over the last few years, it's been like watershed moments of like, oh my God, like all these amazing artists from the last 20, 30, 40 years. So I'm like still going through it. I'm no expert for sure, but I'm like falling in love with music. That's for sure.
Amazing. So I guess, if you grew up with a bit of a sheltered upbringing, you might have a different perspective on, but something we talk about on this show is punk music and punk culture. Like, what does the word punk mean to you?
Dude, it used to mean that I would be scared of you if you were like a punk. Like that's like basically what I would hear about on the news, and like my parents would tell me like don't be punk or whatever. But now it means something different, and it basically is a synonym for like bravery and like basically expressing yourself and like all that junk. So if you're punk, like now, like I respect you so much, and like I'm still getting into that music sort of. I haven't really. It's like, to me, it doesn't sound that good on my ears yet, but I think like I will grow into the point where I really enjoy the music, just not yet fully.
So some of it's a little bit like, do you mean like artists like Machine Gun Kelly or something are a little bit too punk for you, or?
Like the ones that, so the assignments, that you had for today, those songs we're going to be talking to about today, like I actually really like these ones. Like these ones, like I had not heard of these artists before fully, except for Jaden or jxdn. But these other guys are they're on fire. Like they just sound so good. Like something they do with the music it's just amazing. So I'll be listening to these on repeat for sure.
So you pronounce it Jaden, because I keep saying, I feel like such an idiot, but throughout this whole episode I say jxdn because I didn't know how you pronounce it. But so you, because I feel like I actually first heard of jxdn or Jaden or jxdn or whatever you want to call it through your posting about it. So yeah, I heard about him early because I've just been on TikTok and like been on it a lot, and he kept coming up. I guess the algorithm found out that I really liked him, so I became like really interested in him. And yeah, I used to call it jxdn or jxdn, but I found out recently it is Jaden. But yeah, he is so good. Like a lot of these young guys, like just a little bit younger than me, are so fucking good, man. And like they are onto something huge, I think. But yeah. So what is it about like so you found him on TikTok, which is kind of a cool place to like launch a career, I think, too.
Dude, it's awesome. What they're doing with that app is so cool. Like, and it's just every month it gets even better. So what was the question though?
Well, just like, what is it about jxdn that stood out to you? Because I know there's a lot of like kind of struggle TikTok out there. People trying to make kind of embarrassing themselves, but jxdn seems to be like a leader.
Dude, he really is, and that's an interesting point because everything he does is so effortless, and it is so, to me, almost timeless. Like I could watch this 100 years from now and just almost feel like it's like classical music almost to me. What he's putting out, and it's like every song, it's like it's the same artist, but you're kind of like, how is he doing all this? Because every song is amazing, but it sounds like it's from a different genre almost, and he's bending these genres. It's just like. And his style as well. Like I haven't seen someone dress like him before. And it, like some of what he's wearing wouldn't fit my body, but I'm trying to get it to a place where it would. And so like, he's definitely on my like lookbooks, like style, collages that I do. And he's just like, I would like to meet him, but I would be so nervous, I think. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So
it's true. So, there's 3 songs this week. There's one kind of common thread between all of them, which is Travis Barker. Tell me, what do you know about Travis Barker? How do you feel about Travis Barker?
This, to be honest with you, like I had seen his picture before, maybe in magazines, but I like hadn't fully heard about him until now. And I haven't listened to him before, but the way that he is in every song working those drums, he's like so into it. He would just seem so cool, like total badass.
You never heard of him before?
I hadn't. I'm sure I'd heard his name because like it looked familiar, but I hadn't not personally really dug into his discography or anything.
Have you ever heard of the band Blink-182?
Definitely heard of them, but same case where like I'm not sure exactly what they're all about or like the music or whatever. But
fair enough. I mean, yeah, I don't want to gatekeep you or anything. That's chill. I mean, everyone's on their own journey with music.
No, I'm looking forward to diving in after this interview. Like they just sound so awesome. But
so, what did you think of the other? So the other songs we're talking about this week are by Sueco, SOS, and then a song called Mario Kart by Powfu. What did you think of those two?
So Jaden's at the top. I think Powfu's second, and then I did have some hesitate. I love Travis on that last Sueco track, but something about Sueco kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I think he just seemed a little too like. He just was like kind of like cocky. I hate to say it, but he seemed like someone I would not get along with. Just didn't seem like he was bringing the same talent as those other boys.
Really? Like, so, because, I mean, maybe you don't realize this, but some people kind of project like a cockiness on stage. I know I've watched some of your videos. I know you're kind of all about like the inner strength, but some people project that cockiness outwardly. You think that's not something that resonates with you?
I would say there's like a big difference between confidence, which a lot of these other boys have, and cockiness, which is what I think Sueco has, because I saw him acting like that on stage, but the music didn't match the confidence. So, but I mean, I wish him well on his journey because I think he has something there, but it's just not quite, as good as I'd like it to be.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. That's your opinion, and that's why you're here. Because I know that you're.
Did you like this? Did you like the Sueco track?
I thought it was cool to like. It's kind of cool to add piano into the mix. To me,
oh my god. Yeah, I guess I did like the piano. But did you watch all the music videos?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, the Sueco one's definitely, he's trying to be a bad boy, I think.
I think that's because maybe if I listened to it without watching him, I would have been like, liking him more. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was the visuals with the music combined that I didn't get on board.
Eric, do you have any tattoos? It seems like nowadays everyone needs to have a tattoo if they want to be taken seriously in pop culture.
Dude, I do have some. I got them all with like the same month. I have like 7 tattoos, and I've been like thinking about doing it my whole life, but I kind of just did them all at once. And I mean, I saw these guys are fully tatted, and I'd love to do that someday if I could afford it. But they cost. What people don't realize is they're so expensive.
Yeah, it's true, and I mean, a lot of these tattoo artists expect you to tip too.
Oh, dude, and that's also a new concept to me is tipping. And I love it being able to like give someone extra credit for what they're doing, but
it's a new tipping is a new concept to you.
Just like going back to how I was raised, like that was part of our community. But now that I'm out on my own and like learning about the world, like that is one of the like newer concepts to me. But dude, do you have tats?
I have a couple tats, but I agree it's expensive. And you know what? I'm with a friend. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it actually really hurts a lot to get a tattoo.
Dude, oh my God. It is, and the guys in those shops or women that are tattooing you they're so like tough, like they don't want to see you basically show emotion. But I think you should be able to, as a guy, like, be in pain and show it. I think that's really important.
That's real. I think you'll be interested to know this. The artist Powfu is actually a Christian artist.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you had ever,
that's crazy because like I was watching that video and something about him was hitting different, and I was like, what is it with him? There's something that he does. I love Jaden, but there's something that he has that's slightly different, and like that's awesome. I'm gonna go check out the rest of his music then because you don't see a lot of that. Like Christians doing secular music, that's rare, and I love that shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Well, I guess that's probably more than enough for your takes.
Oh, all right.
Where can people check you out, and what do you have to offer in this great idea marketplace that we call the internet?
Dude, well, thanks for putting me out there. I'm on Twitter. It's one of my favorite websites, and I just opened up a new Instagram, and I'm like diving into that world. That's at Eric Rahill. And yeah, I'm like about to release like a ton of stuff, like maybe working on merch. So keep your eyes out. And yeah, dude, thanks again for having me on. This was awesome.
Sam, before we get into this, I was wondering if you could tell me what you had to tell me about these covers, but if you could do so in your best kind of not enough oxygen to the brain TikTok voice.
Okay, well, hold on. Now, maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a magical pen in front of me here. I feel like that'll help. All covers come from our Patreon gatekeepers, and they were all made in less than 72 hours. For $5 a month, you get the early tip on next week's song, plus bonus episodes, early episodes, newsletter, and the Discord. All these songs will be available in full on the 155 Bandcamp on Monday. How was that?
Dope.
Here's the thing about that would have been cool is the entire, like, I truly through that entire thing, this massive cloud of smoke was coming out of me, and I did think, damn, if we were doing this on video, it would be a better gag.
True.
So pure visual gag for me only.
Well, everyone rewind and imagine that again.
Just
Sam blowing fucking fat cloud. Okay, I'm so excited because we've got the return of someone who's kind of, I think, a little bit dipped his toes back in, but didn't really.
Oh, who's
but
this?
He's fully back. It's DRMC, Dude Ranch Meets to Come, who has covered all 3 songs: "Wannabe," "Mario Kart," and "SOS." So I don't know if I don't know what we're gonna hear right off the top, but welcome home, DRMC. Let's go.
You're now listening to Ear Pleasure Media.
That's a good bit. Does that mean that DRMC did the?
It must be. Damn, DRMC, you really think I have that high pitch of a voice?
Just.
Man, it's pretty sick when NoFX hits that one chord.
I wanna be alright.
Oh yeah.
I'm sick of the nightmares. I'm sick of the bad days. A different direction. I'm headed the wrong way. I wanna be alright. I wanna be okay. I wanna be sedated, isolated. I'm looking in the mirror and I hate it. Depressed, I'd never say it. Find me face down on the pavement. Oh, my fault. There's no one I can call for help. It's really getting worse.
It's hard not to play all 3 minutes, to be honest.
That is good. That makes me want to listen to, like, after all this, like, marble mouth shit, like, I just want to listen to skate punk now.
Yeah, where it just all sounds like Weird Al, basically, the whole time.
Yeah.
So sick. Thank you, DRMC. Up next, Todd Killings featuring Louisa's Gear. I used my 4-year-old friend Louisa's D-Toy drums and piano. And on her birthday, no less. Well, happy belated birthday, Louisa. She had taken off with her folks to a theme park before I could get her on the track next time. So it's just, Louisa's not on the track, but her gear is. It's cool to,
That's awesome.
It's cool to shout out where
I just
your gear
love
comes
to
from.
imagine this situation where I guess Todd Killings is sort of hanging out at the house, or they maybe, I don't know, maybe he lives with, I don't really know what the situation is, but then like they're like, peace, and he's like, can I stay and play drums, you know?
Can I just play with her toys?
Yeah.
You guys go ahead to the theme park. I'm going to do this. It's a cover of SOS, by the way, by Sueco. Yes. This is just pure magic right now.
Incredible.
I mean,
holy shit.
That's so good. That is.
I mean, what better gift could Louisa have asked for? Oh my God.
Seriously. That. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Louisa. Thank you, Sueco. I mean, just a real meeting of.
Big. So far, I'm seeing a trend here in terms of which song everyone was perhaps also drawn to.
Yeah, because up next is the beverage budgets with SOS, the budget blown mix. Let's go. Yeah, the SOS chorus is just kind of an all-timer. Probably because it sounds like so many other things, but I mean, that's good.
The whole lead-up is like so beautiful. It hit me really hard in the Todd Killings version in particular, but it's like obvious that it's a beautiful composition.
It is. And yeah, hearing it all blown out on the beverage budgets one too.
Yeah.
It's like, it just, I love it. I think, yeah, we need to somehow get all these TikTokers hooked on lo-fi instead, and then that's going to really change it.
Because the impulses are all there, you know?
It's true. Okay, up next is Althea Later, also covering SOS. She says, fair warning, there's a huge dynamic range on this, and it's 8 minutes long, so you know there's going to be some shit going on, but let's just listen to a bit of it.
You know some stuff happens. Man, the pod is good.
It feels like we're back, baby.
I'm thinking we're back. I'm not sure that a whole hell of a lot is going to happen here before...
It feels very guttural, though. I bet you the dynamic range is going deep into our bowels right now.
Yeah, I can't tell what is, like, in the song and what is just, like, my own tinnitus.
Right.
Like, right now, mostly I feel like I'm just hearing memories of other sounds right now.
Oh, this is cool, though. It's going to be a fun one to listen to all the way through. 155pod.bandcamp.com if you want to.
That's right. Every Monday after the pod comes out, or when the pod comes out if you're a freeloader.
Yeah, come on. I mean, give us some money already. We had to listen to a jxdn song.
No one ever says anything good about freeloading, but a payload, now that's a cool thing in a movie usually.
That's true. Yeah, what does that even mean, really, other than just kind of like, I think of it as a plot device, really, mostly.
It is. That became like, I returned heavy into like only watching sci-fi at some point during the pandemic, and like Ashley refused because she was like, it's just shows and movies about the payload. She'd like wander into the room, I'd be like, do you want to know what's happening? She'd be like, is it the payload? And I was like, yes, it is. It is the payload.
Up next is Okapi That with Mario Kart Double Hell Double Dash Club Remix. Let's fucking go.
At Josiah Hughes. They should make a grunge video game called Mario Kart.
This is sick as all hell.
This is fucking awesome. Sorry, it is Mario Kart. Was that like an impression of a Josiah joke? Was that an actual joke you made on the pod, or was that like a quote from your Twitter?
It sounded like it was a quote from my Twitter.
It seems like
I don't
Josiah
remember anything I've ever tweeted, but that sounds pretty good. A grunge video game called Mario Kart. That's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. Yo, this is really good.
I like the idea of like remembering or learning about for the first time things I've tweeted before via these like extremely vibey post-internet remixes of Powfu songs, which I'm going to have to say it. I just have to say it because it's so great and adds to the sort of internet-y pastiche of this. As you'll see, Sam, you can see this was submitted twice because the first time, submission number 6 was just straight up the entire GarageBand file zipped up, and we couldn't get it to play. So very sick. You found it. You've kind of broken the song. You've broken my brain by reminding me of a tweet that I don't remember tweeting, and you kind of broke our submission form with a new kind of janky submission. So that's all I could ever really want. Ultimately.
Oh, wow.
So many levels.
There are still new frontiers. We were talking about this sort of off pod, there's worlds yet to be discovered.
Up next, Soothing Music for Wanting. This is a cover of the jxdn song, but we changed the verse lyrics into a little mashup of some songs that are also about wanting things. So this is called the I Want song. Let's go.
I wanna be alright. I wanna be okay. So sick of the nightmares. I'm sick of the bad days. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair.
Oh.
I wanna be where the people are. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want you to want me. Maybe the whole world is fucked, and there's nothing I can do to help. 2020, 24 hours to go. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be alright. I wanna be okay.
Holy shit. That was just incredible.
Imagine having like the lower voice. Imagine having a voice that resonated in that register. And like what a beautiful instrument to be used for something so silly and also beautiful.
It was like one of those things where it's like
the whole thing was great, but I'm jealous of that voice.
That kind of a joke, like making your song different things about wanting things and sort of doing a medley. You come very close to doing kind of like a Pinky Up Reader's Digest sort of sense of humor open mic thing, but that didn't happen here. It felt kind of like world weary and aching, even as it was referencing all these different things. This is beautiful.
Absolutely,
damn. We're not worthy, and nor is jxdn, in my opinion. In my opinion, we should have changed all the vowels with X's for this episode. That would have been cool.
We should have.
To do.
That would have been interesting. It's hard. It's heard.
It's hard. Next is 50cc Mario Kart. A little reference to one of the modes on Mario Kart, and this is
But is it going to be like a reggae song? Also,
let me say something. Let me just say something else real quick. When you have a podcast, people love to talk about how you pronounce things, and you know what? Having done this for most of my life now, or whatever, I do feel I find myself catching myself constantly how I pronounce things. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I love to say Mario, not Mario. I love to say Mario. And I still, every time
Mario Kart.
I try to say Mario,
that's weird.
I know that I'm supposed to say Mario, and I correct myself, and half the time I say Mario, but I still think deep in my heart of hearts I want to say Mario. I just want to.
It didn't sound wrong until I tried to say it.
It
felt wrong.
I'm not saying one's right or wrong. I mean, one is right, Mario, but I'm saying in my heart of hearts, I want to say Mario, and I'm just afraid.
You deserve it, man.
So here's 50cc with Mario Kart. This is Jorba, Sparkling Caleb, and Shoes Robinson. Let's fucking go.
っぱりね達成感だと思うんですね。で達成感にはいろんなことがあると思うんですけど、まあ一つはクリアするっていうボスを倒すとかゴールに行くという達成感もあるんですけども。
That is just that cover feel like it should have come with an Obi strip and like a long essay on the back of it about sort of whatever micro scene of Japanese nightlife in the early 80s I came from. Like that. Oh my God.
I just feel like people are finding real beauty in these songs, and I cannot believe it.
Well, it's Powfu, baby. I mean, Powfu's full of beauty. You see how boring his life is? What else is he going to do other than be beautiful?
Just all of his energy is going into beauty.
Okay, up next is the Silver Bullets. I don't know what this is. The Silver Bullets Airship Fortress Cloud Crane 1-Up featuring JT and Rank Fam. So I think this is probably for this episode, but who knows what it is.
The third wave of COVID-19 is a thing of the past in Nova Scotia, but the pandemic is still front and center in the minds of the voting public.
People are feeling a lot better about what they need and what they want, and we look for good leadership.
My kids go to school. We're going to be able to have steady incomes. Our businesses and shops going to open back up.
Political analysts say Liberal Premier Ian Rankin, who's been on the job for only 5 months, has good reason to be confident that he'll continue a pandemic pattern. Incumbents winning with an increased number of seats.
The feds have been showering the province with cash. The province has been showering the people with spending promises. The big healthcare unions have just signed off on a sweet new agreement. The weather is warm. The mood is high. The bills.
I hope someone from Mission, BC is listening to this episode because they like Powfu, and then they can enjoy some of this extremely Canadian CBC debate content that's happening.
I think that was very interesting because, like, obviously I'm mostly focused on the pandemic here in Ontario, as I suspect you are kind of focused on the pandemic in Quebec, and so interesting to get the perspective of one of our fellow provinces, too often ignored by our own geocentric worldview.
Well, I mean, in Toronto, you think you're the fucking center of the universe, don't you?
Yeah. Where else? Like, where do you think the center of the universe is? Do you not think you're the protagonist of existence?
Well, of course I do, but the center of the universe is obviously 155. It's not a place; it's a thing.
That's true. Okay, wow, yeah, damn.
The Golden Umbrella Stands with wannabe. The Golden Umbrella Stands partner Jen is contributing vocals for the first time. In addition to her, we've got Althea Later, Day, and Dottie Be Good providing vocals on the bridge. So we're starting at 1:30. Let's go. The Golden Umbrella Stands with Wannabe, originally by Jaden. That was the Machine Gun Kelly part, right? I saw a movie that I wish was my life or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is Althea Later, Day, and Dottie Be Good with some As someone who really hates, like whenever I've done recording in the past, vocals are my least favorite part. So I always put no effort into them and try to get them done as quickly as possible. I'm starting to really appreciate a good vocal arrangement from the pod. Like when there's tons of people on a song, it sounds sick.
Yeah, and it's like hard to balance like a lot of different people. So that was like really fucking sick. I'm stoked to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, that was really cool. Okay, up next is William J.A. Same Old Story. Is that the Sueco song? I think so. It must be, right? Is that what SOS stands for?
Yeah, I guess it's called SOS. That makes sense. I feel like he says same old story in it. So
it's kind of fun to do 3 songs at once because I barely remember any of them, except that I kind of like them all, pretty much.
Lipstick stain, she said it was the last time that I'm her new favorite pastime. It won't change, it was a bad idea, getting me the fuck out of here. I do my best and I get nothing. I'm selfish, only hit your line when I need something. I'm helpless, using your words as a weapon. 911, I need a medic. And I don't wanna say I miss you, but it don't feel
the same. This is so cool.
Without you, I can feel my face around you. In the end, it's the same old story. Pick your brain, why do I have blue eyes? I don't wanna have blue eyes. It won't change.
That's
it was
it?
a bad idea, getting me the fuck out of here. I do my best and I get nothing. I'm selfish, only hit your line when I need something.
Oh my god, that strumming pattern too was incredible.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That was really good. I'm so excited to listen to this whole compilation.
Me too. We've been given some art that is only for our eyes only. We're not going to be sharing this, but I guess it's just the lyrics handwritten with the chords. Kind of a nice vibe to see this, you know?
Hell yeah. Yeah, this looks authentic.
Honestly, it did sound very authentic. Like whenever this happens, I just think there's really no difference between a good song and a bad song. And I know I've said that tongue-in-cheekly, but I don't actually think there's a difference. Like, you can open a song Lipstick Stains and it sounds like really embarrassing and makes you recoil the first time you hear it, but then it's recontextualized and it immediately sounds like it's always supposed to go like that, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like once you've sort of heard it enough ways and like seen it from enough perspectives, you're just like, well, this is it.
Yeah,
this is perfect artwork.
20th Century fucking rules. This is, of course, one of the names of one of the members of Split Hairs, our house band, who does our wonderful theme songs every week. This is Katamari Damacy. I'm assuming it's going to be a play on Mario Kart with a different video game. You ever play Katamari Damacy? Because that game is fucking... Well, it was sick. It actually... I tried playing it again on the Switch, and the controls are very janky. It's not really up to modern standards, but it is a very cool game with like sick art and music.
Well, based on that, I will never play it.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm sure you've never... Yeah.
No.
It's so weird that you're not a gamer. I think you should have become a gamer during the pandemic. Now that you're going to be going outside forever, you really missed your opportunity to become
That's it. Yeah, it's over for me. I'm never going to game. I'm never going to finish The Sopranos.
Damn. Well, we all know how it ends with the black screen. Right?
Damn. That's too true, man. Are we all just black screens?
Oh, see? This is already delivering on the promise of the Powfu song.
One sip and then I'll be done, yeah. I don't wanna drink, but I have to. I've been walking close to the sun, yeah. Now these toxins are falling from my mind. Sometimes I swear under my breath, I don't want anyone knowing I'm upset. Sometimes I fall too deeply, and this time I'm not sure if I'm making it. Snowfall covering the guns and trenches of wheels.
This is... My jaw is dropped.
It's unbelievable.
I can see your hurt, you don't have to lie. I'm seeing through those emerald eyes. I'm still playing Katamari. I'll admit it's not entertaining.
I'm literally like speechless by that one. That is incredible. What's going to happen in the next 2 minutes of this one?
I know. 20th Century is the Powfu that I wish we had.
It's true.
Instead, we got the Powfu we deserved.
Imagine Travis was on that song too. That was on the 20th Century Katamari version.
Oh yeah, we got to get Travis on this remix. To really, really bring it home at the end.
We gotta get Travis on the pod, hey? But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I think he's too famous now.
We've been so nice, mostly.
He's literally gotten more famous in the last couple months, hey?
Yeah.
Up next is Banshee Boardwalk, which is Day BS and Sparkling Caleb with Mario Kart 155cc, which is great. You know, what? Do you remember what mode you played? Of course, I would only ever play 150cc. I'm not going to do the slow modes.
My problem is I would prefer to play 100cc, but of course I live with someone who's like you and a serious gamer.
Just need that adrenaline, you know. I just need to go hardcore at all times.
Exactly. We'd like play online, and I'd be so much worse that I'd be told that I should like maybe try to practice. You know, it's heartbreaking. I struggle at 150cc, but I recognize it is the only way.
Well, here's Mario Kart 155cc.
I don't wanna drink, but I have to. Yeah. Been walking too close to the sun. These toxins are falling from my mind. Sometimes I swear under my breath I want anyone knowing that I'm not sad. Sometimes I fall too deeply, and this time I'm not sure I'm making it out. I'm making it out.
I just still can't get over the fact that we take these, like, still in the grand scheme of things, piece of shit songs that are just on the trash pile of history. Like, no one's gonna remember any
they're
of
the
these songs.
come-togethers of
But then we just like people elevate them to these like beautiful masterpieces that it really does again feel like Brave New Waves to be listening to this with you right now. It's just
None of these songs deserve this. But you and I don't deserve this.
But maybe no song deserves it, and maybe every song deserves it. That's kind of the confusing thing. It's really deep, but that was beautiful. Shout out to Banshee Boardwalk. That was so cool. And I love all the like this week I feel like is a very high gain week. We're hearing a lot of like a lot of hiss and pops and like interesting the
tones are warm.
They're very forefront kind of tones. Okay. No Use for Anime, Wannabe. This is a drone orchestra involving Teenage Stan Club, I'll See You Later, and Dottie Be Good. So this is No Use for Anime, which is a very funny band name. Very good.
Yeah. Do you have use for anime?
I like anime. I'm a noob, but I like it. I fuck with it. What about you?
I want to be into it, but I've never seen the right one. I know I just need to watch Akira, but I don't know how to get it. Because I can't like stream it or rent it anymore.
Why don't you just torrent it?
Yeah,
Grandpa?
So much effort these days.
This is a very nice drone orchestra. I feel like I can hear a theremin in there. Oh. Beautiful drones going on from No Use for Anime. No Use for Anime. I'm trying to make it the most like No Use for Anime.
Use for anime.
No use for anime. No use for anime. Anime. I'm trying to make it kind of like the band's name, but it's hard to. You need to watch some anime, Sam. You should watch Your Name. I think was a good one. If you like teen romance kind of vibe, that's.
Or wait, I like the Payload.
Have you seen? Oh yeah, the payload. Well, have you seen like any Studio Ghibli stuff? Because there's some payload in there.
No, we've definitely talked about this.
Yeah,
either in private or on a
dude. It's all on Netflix.
It's
very easy for you to do.
Okay,
just do that. Watch Nausicaa. That has tons of payload. I didn't really like it. Too much payload. Princess Mononoke, I think, has some payload kind of vibes to it. I prefer like the more like emo ones, like Whisper of the Heart and stuff. But
no, I'm tougher than that.
It's true. You have such a tough exterior and interior. Baby Tyler Unplugged, definitely a fan favorite. I cannot wait to hear what Baby Tyler Unplugged has done with Mario Kart. Here we go.
And then I'll be done. I don't wanna drink, but I have to. I've been walking close to the sun. Now these toxins are falling from my sometimes. I swear under my breath, 'cause I don't want anyone knowing I'm upset. And sometimes I fall too deeply, and this time I'm not sure if I'm making it out. Guns and trenches, we don't see ruins. I hope we'll forget it. I can see you hurt, you don't have to lie. I'm seeing through those emerald eyes. And I'm still playing Mario Kart, but I'll admit it's not entertaining.
Love these unplugged Baby Tyler moments we're getting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Baby Tyler Plugged In, but
oh yeah,
I mean, I guess here's the thing: we wouldn't appreciate the Unplugged if we hadn't heard the Plugged so much. But the Unplugged is stunning. It's just it's crazy.
I think I compared it to like T-Pain last week, right? We were like, oh, but Baby Tyler, like really, like no frills. It's still all there, you know.
It's so true.
I also love that we're in a moment in the pandemic where, because of this like thaw in a lot of parts of the world, like people are traveling, they're seeing friends and family that maybe they haven't in a long time. And I sense that that's probably a bit of the reason why we're getting some of these, like, it's easier to do quieter things. Like, you know, we know, I believe from last week that like Baby Tyler was like in a different place and only had those instruments with him. Maybe that's why Todd Killings had a 4-year-old's drum set. Who knows? Like,
right.
I think we're like hearing a bit of that, you know, pent up displacement. And that's
true.
Really interesting if it's correct.
That's wow. Pent up displacement. That could be like a New Yorker article about this particular moment in time.
Yeah.
Up next is Clown College Dropout, who has given us a microphones vibe this time. She recorded in the vocals in the woods near her house. She recorded the vocals in the woods near her house, I should say. I'm very excited about this. Fucking last week's Pedro the Lion impression was spot. Did you, by the way, did you listen to Pedro the Lion?
I haven't listened to it. I'm sorry. I was really busy listening to Fusion this weekend. There was no time. You can understand how it would have been hard to sort of make that turn.
It's true. Have you gotten into Wolfpack yet, though, for your Fusion vibes?
No, I'm not in Wolfpack. I'm still just circling Medeski, Martin, and Wood.
You can be a real, like, a real Amsterdam divorced dad kind of vibe. Get into Wolfpack. I think would be really cool. Get a Bluetooth headset, maybe. That'd be so sick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how else would I, take calls?
College Dropout saying Mario Kart, I think. So that's one thing that I love about it. That was sick. That was like microphones, like the Mount Erie record kind of vibe, like some real deconstructed microphones shit.
I just can't believe how wrong I was about Mario Kart. I mean, I really do wish Powfu the best.
Yeah. I mean, he's just an adorable man with a fiance and a garden-level basement suite and millions upon millions.
I have never heard garden level before.
I think it's a BC thing to try to trick people. I mean, there's still... there's
below grade to avoid saying basement here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, either way, what you're saying is just lots and lots of silverfish is pretty much what it means.
Yeah. You're in the garden. You are in the mix there.
Woodchips says, who's your Mario Kart main? Mine is Waluigi. Well, I've already said Toad. And Sam, you said Wario, right?
Wario!
You like the... Oh, man, have you ever played WarioWare? I'm sure you haven't. That's a sick franchise. So fun.
So I've basically only ever played Mario Kart and then Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Woodchips, Mario Kart. It doesn't get old to me to hear like the modern 300 times over bastardized meta version of emo recreated in a true emo style. It's like always good. It's always good.
God damn, it's reverberating in a new fashion now.
Yeah, I could hear like some like struggle scrams band making a song also about still playing Mario Kart and not feeling anything from it. Like it kind of fits the vibe.
It's like a little too specific where you're like, what? But yeah, okay, that's fine. This is a song about the Virtual Boy. Dang! It's very red, it hurts my eyes.
Concrete Beach, Mario Kart. I wanted to make this a bit more Travis-y, he says. Let's go.
Man, Mario Kart's really pulling up here as a late favorite.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't want to drink, but I have to. I've been walking close to the sun. Now this time seems I'm falling from my mouth. Sometimes I swear under my breath, 'cause I don't want anyone knowing I'm upset. Sometimes I fall too deeply, and this time I'm making it out. Snowball covering the guns and trenches, and we don't see the moons, and I hope you forget it. I can see your head, you don't have to lie. See the riddles and eyes. And I'm still playing Mario Kart, but I'll admit I'm not entertaining. I was supposed to get my back, but now I got nobody with me. And I'm still playing Mario Kart.
Okay, like same thing where I feel like imagining that band with a song about playing Mario Kart is like incredibly plausible and deeply endearing.
Exactly. Totally. And I was going to say the drums weren't like stupid and grandiose enough to be more Travis-y, but then I remembered we've learned that Travis actually does have nuance. That's one of the lessons of Travis Month. He has nuance, and also he loves to fucking fondle his girlfriend. Is the two lessons I've learned.
Yeah, but that more just felt like the best musician at the basement show. Like that just felt like one of those things where you'd be looking upstairs and you'd be like kind of not quite able to talk because the band was super loud. And then you'd be like, "Is this band singing a song about Mario Kart?" And you'd go down and you'd be like, "Holy shit, this band's fucking awesome!" And that is how I imagine my experience listening to Mario Kart by Concrete Beach would go.
That's true. Okay, up next is BW Wannabe Sad Version. Let's go. Everyone's been stuck on Mario Kart for a while. We're back into Wannabe.
Wanna be alright. I wanna be okay.
This is very sick.
It sounds like I recognize. The pod recognizes Jesse Lacey is a bad man, but this does sound like the bridge on like a first album brand new song.
I never listened to that band before.
I was unfortunately very into those albums.
Either way, I love that it's once again extremely high gain. We're hearing mouth sounds. We're hearing so there's just cathedral energy this week.
Yeah. From Powfu's prayers.
Oh, that is beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so eerie sounding. I loved it. Okay, up next. Composer Child Reich returns to the punk rock scene with a new composition, SOS Phase, music for piano and tape machine. A recording of the performer is played on a continuous loop, while the performer mimics the recording, first in unison, but with each successive loop they fall further out of time, or phase, with the recording. Note the emerging rhythms and complex overtones created by this remarkable juxtaposition of real-life performer and their recorded counterpart. At the close of the composition, the performer has fallen so far behind that they find that the recording matches the playing of the performer. Please enjoy what will surely be an important work in the minimalist canon. So this is 7.5 minutes long. We'll just, I guess, listen to the start a little bit. Yeah, this is some very Steve Reich kind of shit.
I'll be candid with you. Without knowing who Steve Reich is, Child Reich just looks like it would be like some sick, pummeling heavy band.
I know, it's true.
It's just like, oh my god, what is this pro-fascist? Is this deeply anti-fascist? Like, I just can't tell. Pro or anti-child.
It'd be so cool if a SoundCloud rapper sampled music for 18 Musicians by Steve Reich or something. Oh, this is so sick.
I mean, this is so cool. In terms of I have to listen to this Stephen Reich.
Oh, that'd be cool kind of character. Stephen Reich, where it's Stephen Wright and Steve Reich at the same time. So kind of Rye observations.
Dry experimental compositions.
That's my dream collab right there. Steve Reich and Stephen Wright. Let's make that happen somehow. Teen Jazz Wannabe. Since it's Travis month, it's only right to take the song and set it to everyone's favorite Travis-backed 3-piece. So that's what Teen Jazz is saying. Knowing that Teen Jazz is a real prankster, what Travis-backed 3-piece do you think this is going to be that he's referencing?
The original prankster themselves, Teen Jazz. Travis-backed trio. I mean, Transplants, I believe, is a trio.
I think that's what it's going to be, right? It's going to be Transplants.
In the air.
I want to be alright. I want to be okay. I'm sick of the nightmares. I'm sick of the bad days. Now I want to be. Baby, isolated. Looking in the mirror and I hate it. Just rest and never say it. Found a face down on the pavement. Maybe it's all my fault. There's no one I can call for help. It's really getting worse than I thought, and I'm done. No prescription makes me better. I want to be alright. I want to be okay. I'm sick of the nightmares. I'm sick of the bad days. Looking for direction.
So good.
I want to be alright. I want to be okay. I want to be.
The record scratching is amazing.
It's a really good Transplants.
Yeah, Transplants do rock.
And that's Jaden, Sueco, and Powfu.